Yeah, we'll give you the inside scoop and tell you much more here as Saturday morning quarterback at Kia of LaGrange, Lafayette Parkway in LaGrange. We've got our Chick-fil-A biscuits, and of course, y'all have enjoyed the coffee and everything else that you find here at Kia's showroom. What a wonderful facility Kia is, and we appreciate them allowing us to come here. And I meant to mention this earlier, but pretty much what they've been talking about lately is Optimas and world records and how many miles a gallon that Optima hybrid gets, and that is a beautiful car. If you haven't seen one, come by and look at it. They have been bragging about it on the radio commercial, and I see they've got several here on the lot, so you can come pick out the one you want and the color you like. So there you go. And well, I've got Nick. I tell you what, Lafayette Christian School had a big game Friday night, and you knew it was going to be tough, and it turned out to be what you thought.
Unfortunately, yeah. You don't like to say right on the week we want to go out and project that we're going to win every game on our schedule, and we feel we can do that. And we knew that it was a really tough challenge. It's a team that's been our real nemesis, Ballard Christian, right there between Auburn and Opelika. I guess technically they'd be in Auburn. I've been saying Opelika. And they've been our nemesis, and we've really struggled to even score points. You go back, other than this year, we fell last night 60-18, and that score is very lopsided. And they made some great plays, but I don't feel as I walked off the field last year. In last year's game, we got beat 70-3.
Wow.
We walked off the field with our tail between our legs because we got beat down. It was, although the score is a decisive victory for Ballard. We made a step forward in terms of not being scared. We played with a lack of confidence that our opponent had, but we made some plays, and we kind of a couple times stuck our thumb in the eye of the giant.
Yep.
And when you have a team like that, you look to bring things out of that. It was an ugly loss, so you try to figure out what was good out of that, and that you can build on, and you can build your players and build for next year and help these boys grow up and to face adversity and figure out what to do with it.
Yeah, because there's going to be plenty of giants that you have to deal with in day-to-day lives, and
Absolutely.
And you're not going to win every battle, and you got to learn. You got to sit there and go, okay, how can I create a scenario that works for me? And so now y'all get to go back and say, okay, if we get back in that position again, we need this, and this, and start working toward getting that, and being prepared for when you get to the playoffs and all the rest of it. Because there's going to be more good teams you're going to have to play.
Oh yeah, they're not going to be the last good team that we're going to play, and we got a bye week coming up, and we had some nicks and bruises and owies that we need a couple weeks to heal. It's actually coming up at a good time for us. We ended up finishing the game with 12 players on our roster. That we were rotating in and out, and we play 8-man, so
there you go.
It was still a lonely sideline, but a little less lonely if we'd been playing 11. So we got some good reps for some of our younger players too, and they stepped up and they faced that challenge, and it was good for us.
Well, good deal. And folks, don't forget they are taking next week off, but the next week you'll be playing who?
Harvester Christian out of Douglasville, and one of the things I want to mention is we're trying to raise money in cooperation with Harvester Christian. We're having a pink out game, and you can contact the Lafayette Christian School office to make a donation of any size to help raise money, and all of those funds will go to support breast cancer research. And it's our pink out game. And you can also purchase a T-shirt with the Harvester Christian and Lafayette Christian School logo, and come on out and support and help raise money for.
Now, that's going to be a home game next week.
That's going to be a home game
in 2 weeks.
Yeah, in 2 weeks at over at Whitesville Road,
Fort Drive.
Yeah, right on Fort Drive, the Cougars Den.
Yep.
And so we're looking to, and that's we feel it's a good matchup for us, and we're going to come out and we're going to get healthy, and we're going to come out and try to get back on our winning ways.
There you go. We're going to take a break. We'll come back and do that. Don't forget the Auburn Tigers coming in here in just a little bit as we'll be enjoying Auburn versus Arkansas today. And I tell you what, Auburn has got a chance to get another win on the board, but they got to play excellent football because Arkansas has been improving just like Auburn has been. So you can listen to that game. So as we get through talking, we will instantly go to the Auburn Tigers as we looking forward to a great game there on the Plains. All right, folks, we'll be right back. You're listening to Saturday Morning Quarterback, the Lafayette Christian edition, as we will right here on Lafayette Parkway. Come see us. We got Chick-fil-A biscuits, and we're going to be talking some more football. You're listening to Eagle 1023, 96.9, 1240, and on the World Wide Web at eagle1023.com.
Select to hear from Kia LaGrange. Did you know the Kia Optima Hybrid gets better highway miles per gallon and has a lower starting price than Accord, Camry, and Fusion? The 2012 Kia Optima Hybrid starts as low as $24,900. Oh, by the way, the Optima Hybrid holds the Guinness Book of World Record for lowest fuel consumption in a hybrid vehicle, which averaged 64.5 miles per gallon. All Kia products are backed by Kia's 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. Visit us online at KiaLaGrange.com and help support your local economy.
We're open 8 to 8, so don't be late.
Whether it's a car accident, storm damage, or a fire, when the unthinkable happens, it doesn't matter if you save money in 15 minutes. In this moment, it doesn't matter if your neighbor has the same insurance you do. In this moment, what matters is that your independent insurance agent and the company that stands behind them have you covered. Auto Owners Insurance, the no-problem people. The Mallory Agency, 301 West Harrelson Street, LaGrange. Visit them online at MalloryAgency.com.
To all the high school seniors in Troup County, Collision Autocraft Auto Body Repair would like to salute you on your accomplishments. Now that you're driving, Collision Autocraft would like to offer these safety tips. Wear your seatbelt. Avoid talking on your cell phone while driving. Don't text and drive. And always keep your eye on the road. Collision Autocraft has too often seen the results of careless driving. Drive safely and have a bright future. Don't forget to like Collision Autocraft on Facebook.
Chicken lovers, listen up. All across East Alabama and West Georgia, they're heading to Dairy Queen on Franklin Road in LaGrange. Why? Because the spicy chicken strip basket is at Dairy Queen for a limited time in October. 4 strips of chicken, customer choice of fries, tots, or onion rings. I personally like the tots. Texas toast, dipping sauce, all that at a great price. You want some delicious chicken, you got to get the spicy chicken strip basket at Dairy Queen, New Franklin Road in LaGrange. It's so good, it's ridiculous.
CB&T. With us, you're closer to what's important to you. Closer to home with 3 branches in LaGrange. Closer to your money with mobile and internet banking and 6 local ATMs. Plus, you can use any Synovus or Publix Presto ATM in the Southeast. Closer to people who care about you. Local people who make local decisions. We're CB&T. How can we serve you today? CB&T is a division of Synovus Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Some restrictions apply to mobile banking.
Yeah, welcome back here to the Kia showroom in LaGrange, Georgia. We're on Lafayette Parkway. And I got to tell you, some great salespeople here ready to go to work for you to help you find the next Kia that belongs in your driveway. Doesn't matter if it's an Optima, Sportage, Sorrento, the Rio, Sedona. It's all here.
Forte, right?
That's right, Forte. And thank you very much. I got the Forte 5-door sitting there, and I tell you, those are wonderful vehicles and drive awesome. Got plenty of power. I have not driven a Rio, but I've got to imagine they've put the same amount of power in those Rios they do the Fortes. I tell you, they get great gas mileage and does not drive like you're driving a 4-cylinder, that's for sure. And then the Optima. Optima is just one beautiful vehicle. But if you want to get 68 miles in the gallon, get the Optima Hybrid, and you can drive and get great gas mileage. 68 miles in the gallon with gas prices where they are right there almost makes your payment for you on gas savings, especially if you do a good bit of driving. So
that's right, and they make those in West Point as well too.
They do make the Optimas in West Point. I do not know if they make the hybrids in West Point, but I would have to ask. But they do make the Optimas and the Sorrentos in West Point. And do a great job. I tell you, the quality that our neighbors are doing on those vehicles are fabulous. My mom drives a Sorrento and lives on a 2-mile dirt road, and that car is just as quiet as the day that she bought it, and that right there is impressive.
That's a testament. You know, they get all those shakes and squeaks when you get all those bumps, and it's a good quality vehicle.
Yep, and without a doubt. And of course, don't forget the Auburn Tigers going to be kicking it off against Arkansas at 11 o'clock. Pregame starts as soon as we're done talking here, which will be in 15 minutes. And we're looking forward to hearing how Auburn does against Arkansas. Ought to be a fabulous game. And you know, Arkansas's had a tough year. Auburn's had a tough year, but let's see who's improved the most through their beatings. So
Yeah, I think so, and we're pressed up against it as well.
yes,
we're pressed up against pregame.
that's right. But we've got Lafayette Christian School. Nick's here with me, and I tell you what, coaching the defense. Of course, y'all have a huge responsibility of keeping the offense out of the end zone. And
it didn't work so well.
It didn't work so well last night, but I know that you were very happy with the effort and the attitude that that your team brought to that game last night.
Yeah, one of the reasons why I would call our opponent last night, Ballard Christian, our nemesis is there's kind of a fear factor. There's a team that has your number. There's a team that they're very good at their homeschool association is very good at acquiring football players. I'll put it that way, and you know, a lot of times over the past couple of years, we've just struggled with confidence and the ability to to match the physicality, and it gets in their head. It gets in our players' head, and you know, we preached all week: do not let these guys get in your head. Play with aggression, play with attitude. If the score gets out of hand, keep playing. And I think we did that. I mean, we went down 46-6 at half. Well, let me back up. We were down 16-0, and it was really at a point that if it was last year's team, and I feel this year's team has grown. Last year's game, it was over. We marched the ball down the length of the field, being down 16-0, and punched in a score. And our first touchdown was by our junior running back, free safety, Ethan Pike. And here's the attitude that we showed. He was tackling the end zone. He turns around. He reaches back with that ball, and he spikes the ball. And, yeah, is that a personal foul? Sure. And if he had been flagged, I would have not argued that call at all. But that was, you know, it kind of sticks, you know, when you're talking about sticking the thumb in the eye of the giant, and it sends that message: we are not afraid of you, we are not intimidated of you, and we're gonna play some football here, okay? Well, we just rammed this ball down your throat, and then this is an effort. Is it sportsmanlike? No, not necessarily. I'm not gonna necessarily defend that, but it projects an attitude, and you could see a little body language that bothered the other team, and that's what we wanted to see some of. We just didn't get quite enough of it. Defensively, when we were able to get to the ball carrier, we did a great job at tackling. We tackled the hips and legs because you can't go anywhere without your legs. We weren't tackling up around the helmet and grabbing face masks. And a lot of times when they were able to break away and make a big play, we got out. We didn't have great pursuit. We were getting blocked. We weren't getting off blocks. We didn't have good gap discipline that we had talked about when I was covering the Callaway game on Thursday. Callaway had great gap discipline, great defensive pursuit, and we just didn't have that. Yeah. We had big gaps that would open up, and we weren't able to flow to the ball. You know, and when we were able to do that, we had some great defense. We held them. They made 3 4th and 10 conversions, so we'd play great for 3 downs. And then we'd have a defensive breakdown. We wouldn't get pursuit, and that really killed us.
Well, you know, we talked with Coach Kendall with Troup County last show, and it's the same kind of thing. When you play teams that are who you think they are, they're
That's
really
right.
good team. You have to sit there and go, okay, number one, how am I going to play against this opponent? Now, how am I going to learn things from them, because they do certain things well all the time. And for you to program to not only play with them, you have to figure out how to practice like them to beat them.
That's right.
And so you get a chance to see some of that, and the players get to see what kind of commitment they've got to have to be able to put it together as well.
That's right. And we're, you know, in terms of lining up against them next year, we got to hit the weight room, and we just got to tighten everything up. We got some young players that really contributed last night, and I think putting a year of experience on them is going to help with things like pursuit and coming off blocks, and you know acquiring the details through experience is going to help us ultimately.
You know, and plus you're sitting and talking too that this is the four-year program so far, right?
5
years, been going for 5 years. So players out there who are coming up through Lafayette Christian School, you know, this is your calling.
That's
right now. Time for you to start thinking about okay, how am I going to become a football player on the Lafayette Christian School, and how are we going to do that? And you start that process and get involved and start doing the things that you need to do to be a part of the team, because that's another way that y'all are going to get bigger and better is fill that sideline up with a lot of players.
That's right. You know, we're a little bit down on numbers, and it's frustrating at times. We thought we'd be up in the mid-20s. with numbers, and we feel like we have some kids. But it's part of that growing pain. Coach Kendall has sat here for Troop as well. They have 1,300 plus kids in their school, and they have roughly 75 players on that roster. That's a very low percentage of athletes that are coming out to play. Right. So it's a proportional issue. We maybe have the same percentage of players. It just sounds a lot smaller when you're talking 12, 14 players.
But if you got 18 to 20, now all of a sudden your whole complexity of how much time each player can spend on doing a certain position, because you can divide up the workload. Yeah. We do need to take a break. We'll do that. We're going to come right back. We're going to talk some more with Coach Shaw and talk more Lafayette Christian football as you're listening to Saturday Morning Quarterback right here on Eagle 102.3, 96.9, 1240, and on the World Wide Web at eagle1023.com.
Select to hear from Kia LaGrange. Did you know the Kia Optima Hybrid gets better highway miles per gallon and has a lower starting price than Accord, Camry, and Fusion? The 2012 Kia Optima Hybrid starts as low as $24,900. Oh, by the way, the Optima Hybrid holds the Guinness Book of World Record for lowest fuel consumption in a hybrid vehicle, which averaged 64.5 miles per gallon. All Kia products are backed by Kia's 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. Visit us online at KiaLaGrange.com and help support your local economy.
We're open 8 to 8, so don't be late.
As a business owner, nothing compares to the sense of pride you feel when unlocking your business first thing in the morning. In this moment, it doesn't matter if you save money in 15 minutes. It doesn't matter if the business down the street has the same insurance you do. What matters is that your independent insurance agent and the company that stands behind them have you covered. Auto Owners Insurance, the no-problem people. The Mallory Agency, 301 West Harrelson Street, LaGrange. Visit them online at MalloryAgency.com.
To all the high school seniors in Troup County, Collision Autocraft Auto Body Repair would like to salute you on your accomplishments. Now that you're driving, Collision Autocraft would like to offer these safety tips. Wear your seatbelt. Avoid talking on your cell phone while driving. Don't text and drive. And always keep your eye on the road. Collision Autocraft has too often seen the results of careless driving. Drive safely and have a bright future. Don't forget to like Collision Autocraft on Facebook.
You love Blizzard treats. Your whole family loves Blizzard treats. And even though the weather is getting cooler, you and your family still deserve a nice treat. Fortunately for you, there's a pumpkin pie Blizzard at Dairy Queen. Nothing combines the taste of fall and refreshment of soft serve like pumpkin pie Blizzard. Pumpkin pie blended with vanilla soft serve, crowned with whipped topping and nutmeg. Get yours now for a limited time at Dairy Queen on New Franklin Road in LaGrange. It's so good, it's ridiculous.
Caring about people, building relationships, supporting our community. At CB&T, it's what we do, day after day, year after year. During our 71 years, we've worked hard to be the bank more people in Troup County trust with their money. So it's probably no surprise that we have 3 local branches and more ATMs to serve you than any other bank in the area. We're CB&T, familiar faces and a welcoming smile. CB&T is a division of Synovus Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back out here to Saturday Morning Quarterback. Coleman Vice here with you as we're having a fabulous time here at Kia of LaGrange. I tell you what, I know that it's a good Saturday when I look over and I see Pat Shea over there at his desk working hard, and so you can talk to him. Mavericks here, and several of the other salespeople are all working hard. I really shouldn't start naming names. It's just like football players. You're going to get in trouble unless you're going to name all the salespeople because they're all working hard and they're all great. Bruce is I hadn't seen Bruce. Is Bruce here today, Pat? I don't know. He's working.
He's too busy.
Okay. No, I don't think.
He's,
I think
he's
Bruce,
the master of
knowing
how to look out.
I think we actually have a salesperson's got a day off. I didn't think that happened
on a Saturday.
I know, but Todd's been in there working hard today. They got already sticking sold signs on the windows, and I tell you what, impressive to see Kia working so hard this early in the morning. So come on out and join in on the fun here at Lafayette Parkway in LaGrange, and come see the showroom. I tell you, this is a beautiful facility, isn't it?
Very, very nice.
You just can't to have a studio like this where we get the chance to come in here and sit down and talk football and eat Chick-fil-A biscuits and all that. It's really cool.
It's actually it's a relatively relaxed environment. That's a great way to put it. You know, I don't feel a lot of stress here. Of course, it may have to do with my personal exhaustion, but I do feel comfortable here.
There you go. No, it's not. I have felt very comfortable and enjoyed very much hanging out here at Kia LaGrange. It's always a lot of fun, and we appreciate their hospitality as
Yes,
always. And Todd and of course Jesse and Kurt and everybody else who worked so hard to make sure that everything works. We appreciate them.
Well, it's especially quiet today. I don't see Kurt
Kurt went to the Auburn game today.
Oh, he did. Well, there you go.
So, and we will have the Auburn broadcast for you here in just a few minutes. So get ready for that. In 4 minutes, we'll go to the Auburn Tigers, the Auburn network, and listen to Auburn versus Arkansas, and kickoff for that game, I believe, is at 11 o'clock, and we'll definitely look forward to. That's 11 o'clock Central Time, 12 Eastern.
That's right.
So we're looking forward to that game. Ought to be a fun one to watch and listen to, and you can listen to it right here on Eagle 102.3. All right, now let's go back to Lafayette Christian. We, of course, it's always good to. We were talking about the players and new players coming in and all that kind of stuff. One of the cool things about being a football player, you get your name mentioned on the radio every once in a while. So why don't we do that real quick?
Yeah, we already talked about Ethan Pike. Ethan Pike had a fabulous game. If there was a player of the game for Lafayette, and really for the whole game, I'd say it was Ethan Pike. And yeah, am I biased? Yeah, but I think he offensively, defensively, special teams, he was everywhere. He scored a touchdown. He scored our opening touchdown. He forced a turnover in the open field, and not only forced it but recovered it. And I've mentioned this before. You come and bring me the other team's ball and present it to me, and I buy you dinner after the game. And of course, Ethan Pike got a free dinner, and then I was luckily able to knight him, Sir Ethan, king of the turnovers, right there on the field, and thankfully didn't get a flag for that. But it's part of the fun we're trying to have, and part of that attitude that we're trying to project. Trey Kirkland is a junior running back, linebacker, defensive end for us. He really stepped up, and he wouldn't say this out loud, but he's been battling an injury, and he just played through it. He played tough, scored a touchdown, really, against our first team defense, and really played hard, really played tough, a lot of effort, very positive. He would not let what was happening get him down, and he picked some of the other guys up. Sam Cooper scored a touchdown for us, come in at quarterback in relief of our quarterback Matt Brown. Got nicked up and didn't play the second half. Sam Cooper was nursing an injury himself, and we weren't sure if he was going to play. Had a fantastic game. Just overcame. Really great effort. Mentioned Jack Everett. Really got a hair on to get some good blocks, and offensively second half we got some good push in the offensive line. I'd like to go outside of the players. I'd like to thank Miss Marsha Wizakowski for giving our pregame meal. We always get a pregame meal, and I don't always know who gives us our pregame meal. I know it's Miss Marsha. She works hard over there in the food service at Lafayette. We're thankful for her. Part of the people. I think the Pendergrasses, and they're a couple that drives us to away games on the bus. And we're certainly appreciative of them as well, getting outside the program. We just, there's a lot to be grateful for, a lot to be thankful for, and I had a good time last night, and I think ultimately our players did, and our team had a good time. The fans didn't necessarily have a good time with the final outcome of the game, but we got to look at the big picture once again.
That's right.
Keep this game in perspective.
And you get to come back and play again, and not this week, but next week. Ought to be fun. Go out there at Fort Drive and watch the Lafayette Christian play on Friday night, as you can help out breast cancer research, and with the pink out, ought to be a lot of fun.
Contact the school, LafayetteChristianSchool.com, or you can look up all their contact information is on there.
Cool. We got to get out of here. We'll see you back here next week. Auburn Tiger football is next. No, actually, it was my wife.
Oh, okay.
She's in Eatonton at a wedding, and I told her, I said, I'm hosting, y'all ought to watch. And her sister won't give her their Wi-Fi code. and so she's going, what am I going to sneak all the way back up here? And I'm sure there was